3 minutes for your opening statement, and you may begin.
How can innovation be negative? This simple question uncovers many answers. It uncovers the greatest problems within our world today and the underlying truth of what innovation is doing to humanity. The statement innovation is always good is untrue, for innovation leads us into the greatest conflicts in history and even issues that could end the world. As humans, we desire to believe that everything invented is done for our benefit. This belief is false. All the innovations that we rely upon today were created for the purpose of power and commerce. Due to this desire for power, innovators do not check back to determine the negative influence that their innovation could have on the world. And after the innovation is put out, there's no going back. My first example of this point is smartphones and their disastrous effect on humanity. When first released to the public, the inventors made millions, and the public was presented with a new shiny toy that they believed would keep them connected to everyone. It seemed as if it was a happy ending for everyone. Although what we did not realize at this point was that humanity could no longer be protected from the power of smartphones. This is how we have come to a place in our world where we are so focused on the false connections within our phones that we are unaware of the real human connections to be made in life. As Albert Einstein once said, it has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. My second example of this point comes from the powerful weapons created during World War I. It was clear during this time that the rapid increase in weapon innovation was due to the sole desire for power. There is no way that the inventor of the machine gun truly thought that it would bring peace, joy, and light to humanity. His strong desire for power led to a disregard of humanity that would eventually lead to the death of millions. Innovation also provides our world with a tremendous issue, for as a population we tend to be extremely focused on how to invent for our current needs. Due to this, we cannot foresee the negative impact that an innovation could have in the future. My first example of this point is the Industrial Revolution and its lasting negative impact on the environment. During this time, factories began popping up everywhere and the demand for product production only became greater. Sadly, this expectation has carried across to our time, creating one of the biggest problems facing humankind, global warming. Due to the Industrial Revolution, we have become accustomed to products produced in factories, such as plastic, which has in turn created a standard of living that has created global warming. A product as simple as plastic has ended up presenting us with a problem that could end our world. This just goes to show that you will never be able to predict the negative impact that an innovation could have on our world. My second example of this point comes from the many different weapons we have studied and their current impact on the world. When guns were created, they were predominantly used within wars or great conflicts. Although as guns have become increasingly available, we've seen the many ways in which they have been misused. For example, the inventor of the first gun never would have imagined that would have been used to kill innocent children in a school or a huge terrorist attack. Currently, an estimated 30,000 U.S. citizens are killed each year by guns and firearms, or 30 are shot or murdered each day. Would you have predicted all this when guns were created? I doubt it. As you can see, innovation has risen to a place of such importance that it has come at the cost of many things used to find essential to human life. Direct human interaction, our global environment, and the lives of innocent people have all been compromised in an effort to support innovation. You have to wonder, is the attempt to make our lives better really a positive if it takes away the true good on our planet? Thank you. I now stand ready for cross-examination.
All right, thank you very much. All right, you have 2 minutes. You may begin.
Do you agree that working on a tablet is efficient and helpful?
It can be, although it also provides us with many problems, for we are becoming very focused on our tablets and we end up not interacting with a lot of people because of it.
Do you think that this technology and most other technologies are better for the world?
I believe that technologies are detrimental to our world because they provide us with so many issues that outweigh the positives.
But wouldn't you agree that really technology itself isn't the bad part? It's people cannot contain themselves with technology. Technology itself really isn't that bad.
Although without innovation and technology, we won't have love in our world. It can never create love, and love is really all we need. And really, innovation is drawing us away from that fact, and we've become to a place where we are more focused on digital life rather than what we really need to be focused on.
But overall, technology